this path leads to the Sizewell beach, and we ignore it as we're going to continue along the main track here until we get to another wooden bridge which will lead us to a hide, and that's where we're going to have a pit stop. And so here we are. When I say we, I mean me and my feet, or my feet and myself. And so here's the hide. We're going to go in, and then if I've got some mobile reception, I'm going to make some calls. One of the great benefits of being in this part of Suffolk is that mobile reception can be poor, which I think is a blessing. In the distance, so that's at about 10 o'clock say, you can see some white buildings, and because it's a particularly fine day, those buildings are the Coast Guard cottages at Dunwich, which in medieval times was a most important town, and I believe had many churches and several cathedrals perhaps, and was a major shipbuilding area. And if my memory serves me correctly, the wood, or the oak rather, that was used for Drake's Golden Hind came from the area near Aldborough. And those blackish blobs are cows, not likely to be water buffalo in this hemisphere. So here we are, Norm, just come around the corner from where we were at the bird hide, and now we're looking at Wrexham's field, and in the field this is mainly grazing for rabbits these days. There's a little bunny for you, and there's the words will, I think it's probably going to be legible. Anyway, up until 1995, for about 150 years, it was for barley production, that lovely barley soup, and then it's now mainly used for sort of as a nature reserve grazing. And we were correct, those are definitely cows. And again, we have a little view coming up for you of the Coast Guard cottages. In some areas there are problems with what they call maybush, those little deer that were imported and now roam in the wild, lots of them in Suffolk, especially around not Minsmere. I'm just trying to think of the. Come to me a moment. It's near Blythburgh Church and Walberswick in the area around there, and so they have to put like mesh and or this sort of thing around saplings to prevent the deer from nibbling them. Of course, here I suppose it's the bunny rabbits or whatever. The tall tubes that we were looking at before, well, in fact you can see some here. Again, they are to protect the young trees. Where I just showed you the signpost about the bunny rabbits, you will see the little bench there, and there are lots of benches actually. I've probably passed about half a dozen on this walk, but no public facilities. Well, there are, but they're very public. So on the homeward jaunt now, sun still shining beautifully, little bench here which we passed before going out, and I found the instructions extremely easy to follow. I went off track once and added an extra, I don't know, half mile I suppose, if that, to the trip, but I started off about 11:45. It's now 1:15, and allowing for that, plus I haven't been racing around, and I've stopped and taken video clips and sat down a couple of times for a few moments, tried to use the mobile phone. So I reckon an hour and a half comfortably one could do this trip and take in all the wonders of nature that are here for us to